Emmerdale's Celia pushes her cruelty to new extremes as Rey is left shattered. Emmerdale delivers yet another chilling chapter in Celia Daniels' reign of control, as her cruelty towards her son Ray Walters escalates to a deeply disturbing new level. In tonight's episode, any fragile hope Ray had of building a future with Laurel Thomas is methodically dismantled, and it stands as one of the most unsettling displays of emotional manipulation the soap has shown from Celia to date. The evening begins with Laurel brimming with cautious optimism. Keen to make a good impression, she prepares nervously for dinner with Ray's mother at Mulberry Cottage. Her hopefulness is almost painful to watch, particularly as Ray visibly struggles to mask his unease. He knows Celia better than anyone, and from the outset it's clear he's bracing himself for exactly what's to come. At the dinner table, Celia wastes no time asserting her dominance. Fixing Laurel with a piercing stare, she launches straight into a barrage of intrusive questions about her relationship with Ray. When she bluntly demands to know why Laurel likes her son, the atmosphere shifts instantly. Laurel lets out an awkward laugh but answers honestly, describing Ray as kind, funny, and someone who makes her genuinely happy. She even mentions that Ray has been a real hit with her children, a seemingly innocent remark that visibly unsettles Celia. That single revelation is all it takes. From that moment on, Celia is clearly intent on destroying the relationship. Once she has Ray alone, she dismisses Laurel coldly as nothing more than a distraction. Then, when Laurel leaves the room to fetch dessert, Celia strikes with calculated precision. In a quietly vicious move, she plants seeds of doubt in Laurel's mind, suggesting Ray has a history of stringing women along and drifting in and out of relationships with his previous partner. When Laurel nervously questions whether Ray is a player, Celia lies without hesitation, presenting herself as the weary, concerned mother simply looking out for another woman's feelings. It's a moment that perfectly captures how dangerous Celia truly is. She doesn't shout, she doesn't threaten, she poisons. By the time Celia leaves, the damage is already done. Laurel becomes distant and guarded, the tension between her and Ray turning unbearable. She asks him to leave. Ray instantly realizes what has happened and explodes in frustration, insisting his mother is a liar, but Laurel, overwhelmed and confused, can't hear any more. Heartbroken, she sends him away. A furious and devastated Ray heads straight back to the farm. Meanwhile, Rona checks in on Laurel. Although she stays silent about Ray's darker past involving April and Dylan, Rona makes it clear that something about him doesn't sit right with her. Her warning only deepens Laurel's doubts, leaving her painfully torn between her feelings and her instincts. Back at the farm, Celia turns her cruelty inward. She berates Ray for spending time with Laurel while problems at home pile up, mocking his emotions and sneering at the idea that someone like Laurel could ever truly matter to him. When Ray finally snaps and tells his mother that Laurel is worth more than she ever will be, it's a rare and powerful moment of defiance, but Celia responds with devastating force. When Ray admits that Laurel could be his chance at happiness, Celia mocks him mercilessly, before slapping him. What follows is harrowing. She grips his face, humiliating him as she systematically tears down his sense of self, telling him he is weak, incapable, and unable to exist without her control. The scene lays bare the true horror of Celia's grip on her son. She doesn't just want obedience, she wants ownership. As Celia leaves Ray sobbing, broken and alone, the message is chillingly clear: any happiness he dares to reach for will be punished. Ray is left utterly devastated, and viewers are left asking the same haunting question: just how much more can he endure before something finally breaks?